It's time for Americans to say, I've had enough. This is what I'm going to do. And there's some very pragmatic steps they can take and just start solving this problem.
How do you solve this problem?
By the way, I think it begins with you, not me. I think it begins with you. I think you've got to fix independent practice on a practice level.
Right.
One of the things we started doing, we're doing it successfully in 4 states. This year we'll grow to 10, and hopefully word gets out quicker and people start doing it on their own. Dutch Rojas doesn't need to be the only guy starting businesses. But I started forming coalitions with all the independents in different states. And so what that looks like is you have a practice, and like in New York, let's say between Long Island and North Jersey, right? Like the summits of the world and Jersey City, you've probably got 4,800 independent physicians, right? And so we're uniting those under one umbrella only for the purposes of payroll, benefits, and all the other insurance lines. And what that does is it takes someone who has a practice with 8 docs, who's paying fully insured rates, and it drops it in half. And so the important piece is when you're not paying $20,000 in premiums or $24,000 for your family and it drops in half, or if you're a single doc, you have no wife, no children, nothing, or you have no spouse, no children, and it starts at $1,200 and it drops to $900, what happens is you take that excess cash and it goes to you. You put it in your pocket. The other thing we've been able to do is not only decrease all insurance expenses, so it's malpractice, key man, D&O, E&O, general liability, work comp, right? We only get rid of those. But then the other thing we've been able to do is renegotiate all the payer contracts. So in one state, we've got about 700 physician participants. Guess what happened? They're all of them except for one group is less than 20 docs. So guess what happened when we put them all together in one coalition?
You have a big force. You have a gang.
And so what I've been trying to do, whether it's for advocacy with Physician-Led Healthcare for America, or whether it's in these startups that I've built, it's all about uniting the docs, getting them to say, hey, I know that you compete on this level, but you don't need to compete here. You don't need to compete on human resources. Any policy book is a policy book. Right. Benefits aren't just benefits. Benefits, when compressed together, can save you a lot of money and you can have significantly better benefits.
Right.
And so there's no reason if you own an ASC and another guy owns 7 clinics, like, why don't you have one property line? Like, why do you want to pay independent? Why don't we just look at it and see if we can get quotes for less? And so this started in my brain about 3 years ago. And I just started talking to the docs I've been friends with for a long time. And I said, just entertain me and let me do it. Right. And we just started working on it. Then I hired some people, and we hired some more people. And we said, holy crap, this works. So now I don't think I can build it fast enough, but think about having 50 or 100 of these coalitions, if you will. And now physicians like you have decreased all their insurance lines by 50%, maybe more, right? It's more is possible. And now you've renegotiated your payer contracts. And now all of a sudden you go, hey, we got 3,000 doctors. Why don't we form our own network? And we'll sell our plan through the brokers to all the employers in New York. That's my dream. That's what I'm working on. And that's where I'm going. Because I've built every single component of that. Mm-hmm. And so it's a Braveheart that you said, unite the clans. And I'm like, no, unite the physician. Like the best thing we can do is cooperate where we can and then compete where we can to make sure that the patients are treated appropriately.
But I think there's laws that prevent physicians to do that.
No.
Stark laws. Or in the eyes of the government, we are competitors.
No, I've spent way too much money on lawyers and we sorted all this out. So there's no.
So tell me,
imagine that's out there.
So tell me the structure of this. Is it like a clinically integrated network or a group without walls?
It's between an MSO, a GPO, and a PEO. And
okay.
It's a new formed entity that works within that. And then what the magic of it is, I'm allowed to make it look for the purpose of benefits, insurance, and payroll to look like one entity. Right. So I don't have a time. I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell any doctors what to do. The only thing that I have the right over, because you give me the right, is over these lines of insurance and over payroll. That's it.